What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about TCG Player. And this feature has been out for a little while now. A lot of people already know about it. I know a content creator kind of got like backlash for it because he thought the card market was going down because of this feature. But it is a very, very good feature, especially for new people that's in this hobby right now that are coming in and they're not really looking at it and kind of can't really tell. Because being a buyer or a seller, this feature, like, you have to know about this, especially if you use TCG Player, which I know a lot of people do to kind of get quotes on their cards and stuff like that. Like, you have to know about this feature and at least know how to use it well. Because trust me, you could be shown a card. I'm going to be looking through it. We're going to look through it right now, a couple of cards, and kind of give you like an instance. So make sure you are aware of this. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Like, now they're putting cards into categories and they're changing the price of them. So now near mint, lightly played, damage, I think it is, near mint, lightly played, and something like that. We're going to look at it right now, like I said. If you've been in this hobby for a little while now, I'm pretty sure you already know about this feature, but I'm just trying to put this out there because I feel like a lot of people don't really know what the consequences can be of this if you're not really aware of it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, like I said, no, a lot of people use TCG Player. We're going to look at it right now. All right, so we are on TCG Player right now, and we're looking at the Umbreon VMAX Alternate Art. All right, so look, I'm going to show you what feature it is. Like I said, it's lightly played and everything like that. Where is it at? I think you go to more. Yeah, view more data right here. You just filter. And look, you can actually look. Okay, this is what it is. Near mint, lightly played, moderately played, and damage. This is another feature too. When you're buying cards, you have to know the quality of the cards. That's really what you're buying. So then you can kind of like, look, I'll show you how big of price difference some of these conditions are like for these cards. Okay, I can correct on it. Okay. Oh, there you go. All right, view sales. Now look. See, look, now new mint, you see, look at all the prices. 1,300, that's kind of expensive. It's probably, what's it called? All right, we're gonna look at that. Look at it. So the market price is around $8.94 or $8.49, and this is all gonna be the Moonbreon. We're gonna probably go to other cards and show you how big of a price difference some of these cards are. So you have to know this feature and know about this feature, because if not, you're gonna get messed up. See, look, we're on lightly played, and look, the prices changed dramatically, like dramatically, just by lightly played and near mint. Like, it's kind of crazy. Then when you go down to moderately played, look, it's even crazier. Down to 586. So like I said, you have to really know the condition. I mean, I guess before you really have to know the condition of the card, but people were kind of taking a guess of what it is and kind of going off of that. But now you have to really know like the prices of the card. But look, let's say you didn't really know about this app or anything like that. You didn't really look too in depth into this. Look, let's say somebody pulled up a damage card. And let's say you had, the main reason, like I said, the main reason why I'm bringing this topic up is because I had a person really close to me, my brother. He was selling his cards, and he said when he was looking on TCG Player, he said he's seen this card worth like, I think like 80, 90 bucks. But when the other guy showed him, it was only like 10 or 15 bucks, which I think the guy did this to him, which is kind of messed up. But you know, my brother didn't really, should have done more research. But you know, it's like, I guess it's kind of your own fault. But like I said, you just have to watch out with these kind of cards and stuff like that. Look, when damage, it goes on that 366. So you definitely have to know the conditions of your cards, and definitely make sure you're doing this right, because people can really mess you over and stuff like that with these cards. Like, it's kind of crazy how much of a price difference it is, which it makes sense, like I said. All right, now we're going to look at some other cards. Like I said, you just have to know really the condition in the cards that you're buying and make sure what conditions they are and really go off the base of that, because this is really going to take, and you're going to, like, if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, they're going to get really messed up and kind of screwed over this. Like, you see, like, the price drops like crazy. Well, some of them it doesn't. Some of it does. Like, near mint is where you're really gonna make the most money off of your cards. But like, some people could say it's near mint when there'd be like a one little dink, which makes sense. But at the same time, you have to know and have to really, you and the other person have to know what the condition of the card is. That's why if you're buying cards online, you have to watch out with this, because this thing, it's kind of crazy what can happen, because you have to be aware of the price difference in the played, in the lightly played, and everything like that. You know what I mean? Some people could say, hey, this card's probably an 8 or 9. Be like, yeah, it probably is. But the price difference between an 8 or 9 and like a 6 or 7, like, that's a big price difference. I mean, I guess you can kind of tell if how much whitening is there on it and stuff like that. Dang, I didn't know how much this card has dropped. That's crazy. Wow, this card's dropped a lot. I don't even really look at like alternate arts or anything like that, but wow, this card's gone down crazy. I think all Sword and Shield is going down like crazy right now, but that's a whole nother video. I just want to put this video out there for, I guess it's kind of for like the newer people that's getting into this hobby and wanting to buy cards online or in person too. Make sure whenever you're using TCG Player, make sure looking at the card correctly and going down to what condition you and the other person agree upon what it is, and then go based off of that price. That's where you really want to do, because like I said, somebody could show you a price, be like, hey, look, this card on TCG Player shows $50, but it's actually worth in near. Let's say the card is near mint, is worth $100, but he could go down to moderately played, that it's going to be down to like a $50 card. So you have to be aware of the price differences and what people can press on the app. I mean, a lot of people are generally like good in this hobby with the pricing, but you know, some people they might not even know themselves. Like I said, for instance, like earlier, like a content creator, he put out a whole video thinking the alternate art market was going down because of that scenario right there. Like I said, like I just did right now. I didn't really check if I kept the like all of them on near mint, but like the price is going down. But you know what, you see what I'm saying, like how the prices can kind of, you can look at it and think that's one way, but it's actually another way. So just be aware of this whenever you're buying cards, because you never know what people can try to do and try to get your card down to a lower price, because everyone wants to buy a card at a lower price, especially if you're having near mint cards. Like, make sure you're getting full value for those at least, because if it's a literally moderately played and lightly played, that's a different story. I know the prices are kind of different, so make sure you watch out for that. There's one other thing that I want to say too, is make sure when you're like buying cards, for instance, make sure you know conditions of cards and what makes cards a certain grade. Like I said, for instance, like make sure you know what's a near mint. I mean, I guess everybody knows what a near mint is. Like everything's perfectly centered, back is pretty much perfect. It can get a 10. It's potentially a 10, but you still never know. There could be potentially things that don't get a 10. Also, make sure you know what's lightly played, moderately played. That is where you're going to get the big differences, and that's where you can also capitalize too, because some people might think their card is like moderately played, but it's actually lightly played. You know what I mean? So you gotta look at it from a buyer perspective and a seller's perspective. Like, know the condition of your cards and know what to look out for. If you're a buyer, make sure you know what conditions are considered what conditions, and what makes certain cards what condition. You know what I mean? And if you're a seller, make sure you know what your cards are, because people can kind of say, hey, this is moderately played, and be like, no, this is lightly played. You know what I mean? There's certain different things. I'm not a whole big seller. I've only sold a couple cards online, but when I sell my cards, normally I kind of go, like if it's a new card, I pulled it already, I know it's near mint, everything's fine like that, I put it near mint. But if it's like an older card and there's damage on it, I put it as damage. I rather put it as moderately played, or I put it more, if it's damage, I put it damage. If it's like heavily played and stuff like that, I put it as damage. A lot of people put it as moderately played, which I don't think so. If this card's like crazy white and everything on that, like you see big spots of white on the side, that's pretty much damage to me. I mean, anything like that, and also like creases and stuff like that, you can kind of damage. You gotta look into yourself if you're buying and selling. Make sure you know what, like I said, conditions of cards and what makes certain conditions of cards. But just want to put that out there. It's a big thing, because trust me, like I said, like I literally showed you the price charts. Some of these cards, the prices in these cards change like crazy. So just make sure you're aware of that. Hope you all enjoyed this. See you on the next one. Peace.